Did they bottle it?
Yeah, of course they did. They had an 8-point advantage. Like, all this, they didn't bottle it. Like, obviously, Man City are a juggernaut, right? And they've got ridiculous depth and a fantastic coach and everything else. To say Arsenal didn't bottle it, when you've got that advantage at the top and then you draw games at home with teams that are battling relegation 3 weeks in a row pretty much, like, that is bottling it. There are reasons and good and justifiable reasons why they bottled it. I think they're... But
ultimately, they bottled it.
The long run and, like, yeah, I'd like... there are things like the fall-off in form latter season of Bukayo Saka, who I thought halfway through the season really had a shout for being Player of the Year in the Premier League. Did Arteta run him into the ground because he played so well? Did they just genuinely not have a better option, particularly after losing Gabriel Jesus and having to play quite a set front line? Or was it a depth thing? Was it a him thing? Was it a form thing? Like, I think there are justifiable reasons.
I think Arsenal will always point to Saliba as being a big factor.
Yeah, but you can't have one player get injured.
Well, yeah, but when Rob Holding's the one that comes in replacing him, it's like...
So why didn't you tactically change the way that you played then? Like, so Rob Holding comes in. Now, what Arsenal rely on is that high press, right?
Yeah.
Like that gegenpress and that, whatever you want to call it. There is one key to playing high press more than anything else, even fitness, literally any other factor, is you have to have defenders who can defend one-on-one. And Rob Holding can't do that.
Yeah.
I think Rob Holding has a potential to be an okay Premier League defender, very good Championship defender.
Yeah.
If played in the right team. If he's played in a back three or he's played in a traditional 4-4-2 where they're playing two banks or anything like that, I think he's got... But he's got no pace and he can't play people.
You know what the thing about Rob Holding is? And I spoke to Harry Simi, obviously our good friend Harry, big Arsenal fan. And I said Arsenal's players now, the type of players they want and the type of players they've got, because of this season, it changes now. Rob Holding might have been good for Arsenal a couple of years ago when Arsenal were going for top 6. And I even mentioned Emil Smith-Rowe as well as a player that now Arsenal going for the Premier League. Maybe you look around that squad and think, you're not quite good at this. When we were going for top 6, maybe even Champions League, fine. You know, you can do a job for us. Now that we're going for it all, you're not quite good enough.
I have a lot of respect for what Arteta has done this season. I want to make that clear before I say this. But at the same time, I think it showed some naivety. And I don't want to pick on Rob Holding here, but what it did show is we can all see that that's the weakness, right? So do something to manage that. Change your tactics in some way to manage that you've had a big
I would have
drop-off.
put anyone at right back and got Ben White in with Gabriel. Anyone. I don't care who it is. Even Saka, you go there. You do a job at left back. That's what you anyone go there and bring Ben White in the middle, because I know Ben White and Gabriel can get me through a little run that we're on right now. But I think the bottling was, and I don't want to dig out my brother Saka, my Nigerian brother, but missing that penalty at West Ham to go 3-0 up, that was it right there. That as soon as that happened and West Ham went down the other end and nicked one, I thought, hey, you've got to score that. You've got to. Like, this is going for the Premier League where Man City put so much pressure on you. Draws aren't enough. They're not enough. You've got to win every single game. And I think he started to have he fell off badly towards the end, Saka.
And
badly.
I don't. For me, I don't blame them for like going to City and just being dominated by an unbelievable City side. Like that was one of the performances of the season. In fact, the only performance I can think of that I've watched this season that was better than that was City Real Madrid in the second leg.
Sorry, I thought you were going to say Liverpool Man United 7-0, but we'll skip over that if you know what I mean. 7-0 against your rival. I mean, come on.
We'll give you some respect.
Thank you.
For that. But the draws with West Ham, the draw with Southampton, those are the games where they drop points that really cost them the title.
No,
and even the draw with Liverpool, even though Liverpool I know were resurgent,
they were 2-0 up.
And
Arsenal were 2-0 up. I'm sorry, title contender. You've got to win that game. You've got to win that game. I still think Arsenal would have make a good fist of it next season, especially if they can bring in some players.